are back at Godfrey Street on 94.9 Guest FM is Country Football, the 1996 GDFL Reserve Grade Grand Final, and here we are, the fabulous Magpies against the purring Panthers, and a point the difference here at quarter time. Anybody's game of football. Stuart Scott, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
You there, Stewie? Can you someone turn a light on for Stewie Scott? The light's on, but there's nobody aim.
At the bounce of the ball in centre forward, they go Belpost on the mark, being taken down on half forward for them by Kozik. Kozik now kicking from just outside 50.
We couldn't get you up here.
I see Giles is still on the ground too. Ron McPherson's soft to kick towards the forward in front. North Geelong couldn't take it off. They had back a high kick. Could have taken a little bit more time for mine. Was the Belpost Hill player, but he's registered 1 point, so the scoreboard is level.
I reckon that might have been
next round. We'll get him.
That was Mick Gillick, mate. He's got those long
52.
locks. Yes.
Bit of an
look,
adrenaline.
trust me, Barry, I am the accurate one, mate.
Right, kicking from fullback, a beautiful kick outside 50, over the back of the pack it goes. Gives a chance there for North Geelong through the agency of Giovanni. He can't take advantage of it. Over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in.
Well, 1 goal, 2, 8 apiece. And Barry, you didn't hit the button again. You're a naughty boy, but it doesn't matter. We're only gone 30 seconds of the second quarter. Ball half forward. Illich, he's going to be very dangerous in this second quarter. Very good footballer is 52 jumper Mick Illich. Usually in the ruck, but today he's at 10.5 forward. A nice luxury for the Panthers, and the ball's at half forward for them again.
Right, it's flipped out the back by the North Geelong defenders. Scramble over on the half forward line there. No one can take it. Umpire lets it go. It's flipped out here for Belpost Hill. High kick towards centre half forward. Jostling, thumped away there for North Geelong by Britovic, but it's gone down towards the further into defence. It's kicked out now, picked up here, and a handball out wide by Hines. Hines is towards centre half forward. They're back in again. North Geelong trying to get it out. Oh, just racing. Broke out, but the umpires picked up a free kick there, and going for home was Stevenson. And I think the North Geelong side were very lucky that the umpire picked the free kick up. Otherwise, they could have been in trouble. What, Scotty? You were watching it closely.
I'd say it was on its way, Barry. I think it was on the board, and they could probably count themselves unlucky. But the umpire was right there in the right position. I'm sure if he picked out a free kick, it was there.
And just remember, the boys in white are always right too, you blokes.
No,
and
right.
you too, Barry. If I hear you bagging the umpires today, you're in trouble.
Barry, I've got to play footy next year. You need them on your side.
I was just going to say, no.
Barry's short. He's stuck for a word, Baz.
The kick from Hines goes straight across the ground to a teammate over there. Kicks to centre wing. In front, Belpost Hill couldn't take the mark there through the agency of Jones. To turf it comes. They go forward. Socket forward for them. The pick up there. Kick towards centre half forward. A high kick. An up and under kick. No one can take advantage of it. Dawson's in there. North Geelong desperate. In the back. No free kick paid there to Kelly. It's cleared by the North Geelong defence out wide. Socket off the ground by Yateman. Towards the boundary line. Over it goes before Gomez could get to it, and we'll have a throw in. They tell me that there's been a bit of controversy this week with the parking inspectors of Geelong. The equivalent umpiring here today too. Is that right, Noel? Ron?
No. Noel's the ugly one.
Yeah, I know, but...
I can possibly see how he got confused.
From the kick towards centre half forward for the North Geelong side. The mark's been paid down there, and they'll take it at centre half forward.
Yeah, not a bad grab either. And I think it's Darren Joswick, is it? With the footy?
Yes.
Didn't even see his number, but I'm just so good, Barry, I never muck it up.
Pound for pound, you could pick him out, Ron, could you?
No doubt.
Thank you very much.
The kick forward, and it's been taken by Cotter. Cotter now from centre half forward keeps the ball low. Up they fly. Good mark. Good mark under these conditions.
Sure, is that Gatfield again?
In defence.
I like this kid.
North Geelong didn't have a tall marking option up there in the forward line, which would be disappointing from their point of view.
The kick by Giles towards the centre in front again.
Lovely work, Gilesy.
And the mark's taken for Belpost Hill in the centre of the ground. Important it is. Comes forward, kicks it out wide, looking for a teammate. Hits him on the chest too, and it's taken by Milovic. Melito, sorry. But his kick's a shocker straight to Swenison. Swenison with a long handball out towards the half back flank to his teammate over there. Picks the ball up. Little chip kick. Finds his teammate through the agency of Gillard. Gillard now kicks down towards over centre wing. Over the boundary line it goes, and we'll have a throw in. You're pointing. pushing and carrying on there, Ron.
What a great build-up there for the Panthers. And young Miletto, a little inexperienced, should have driven it home to the goal square.
I think just that little passage of play there from North Geelong, 3 or 4 of their more important players. They must get a lot out of we had Ryan down there and Swenson, and it finished off in the direction of Yateman and Glenn Milne. And they're the 4 players that North Geelong are probably going to rely on very heavily, Ronald.
Belpost Hill to the centre half forward. Oh, good pick up on the run. Socket off the ground. Here's a chance for Swenson. I'd say he's playing a loose man in defence, taking his time, picking it up, gets a handball out to his teammate there in Bridovic. Bridovic's kick out towards half-back flank. Down towards centre wing it goes. Thumped over the line. Good defensive play, Belpost Hill. And we'll have a throw in. Looks like Ron spat the dummy and he's gone.
No, called me ugly. Stewie Scott's called me ugly. So that's it. You blokes can call the game by yourself.
Right now, the boundary umpire with the ball on the far side of the ground. In it comes. Up they fly, tapped over the back of the pack. Kelly gets a quick kick for the Belpost Hill side. He's back in there again, in amongst the water over there. Socket off the ground towards the boundary line. Players slipping and sliding. Over the line we go, and we'll have another throw in.
Did I just hear the car suspension go, would that be right?
Oh,
We've
well.
lifted about a foot higher in the air. It's getting scarier by the minute up here.
Umpire throws the ball up. Up they go. Tap forward for Belpost Hill. Socket off the ground by Martin, but I think his kick shone over the line on the full, and the free kick to be taken down there by Swenson. Swenson now. Oh, the umpire's taking a tumble on the far side also. Swenson now. Experienced player playing across half-back. Joy kicks into the man on the mark. Martin dives in, good smother. Goes towards the boundary line. Over it goes, and we'll have a throw in.
Pretty stagnant over there, Barry. I mean, Swenson's got the ball. He's trying to find someone to kick to. The only option he had was to sort of pop it up in the air, and probably because he had a few doubts in his mind, he's ended up hitting the man on the mark.
Yeah, quite true. He's been given who's got it? Must have been a free kick picked out over there. To North Geelong. Off half back. Lovely kick down towards a half forward flank. Bit of pushing and shoving. Yes, the umpire's picked it up.
Little bit off the ball there. It's probably 15-20 metres away from where the contest was going to be, and Jovanovic, he's going to end up with the free kick. I think his opponent was holding him out of the contest. Jovanovic probably put himself in the right position to rev off the pack, but he was being held back.
Right, comes in from half forward, kicks around our far side of the ground. Up they fly, thumped down by the Belpost Hill defence, or in the back from mine. The umpire lets it go. Pack players develop over there, and we'll have a ball up. A little bit hard from where we're situated to pick some of these players' numbers up with the mud and the slush that's on their Guernsey at the moment, so you'll just have to put up with that until we can hopefully get a few of them correct. Going up high there was Jones for Belpost Hill. A soccer off the ground, sees it come out. Dives on for North Geelong. Bottles the ball up, but out the back it comes. North Geelong first onto it. Kick towards centre half forward. Up they fly. Missing the mark there was Giles for Belpost Hill. He's back in there again. Tries to get it out. Comes out wide now. Where we see picked up here and grabbed. He was a big fella in Josh. The umpire was paid holding the ball from the fence. They come Belpost Hill down towards half forward. Gomez sockets the ball off the ground. Out there comes to this between centre wing, half forward flank, over the line, and we'll have a throw in. And welcome to upstairs, Brett. Put the headset on, boy. Look the part.
I'm not here to commentate, I'm just here to do the scoreboard.
Well, we still welcome you.
You're filling some huge shoes there, mate.
Yeah, I tell you what, I can feel the bulge in the seat.
Out the ball comes where Hines, good pick up in the mud, gets it, kicks down towards half forward, dragged to the ground. After he got rid of the ball, and the free kick will be taken down on half forward for the North Geelong side, and it will be taken for them by Byzantine. Now, those free kicks, Stewie, are no on a day like this, aren't they? Downfield kicks.
Yeah, we'd certainly think, especially when the team's working into the wind, it's hard for them to get it up there, so you wouldn't like to be giving them an easy kick.
It's tapped out here to Giles. Giles doing quite well since he's come on here. Kicks towards the centre. The mark not paid over there to the Belpost Hill player. Burns is diving in there to get it out. Thumps it out to the advantage of Ryan. He couldn't take advantage of it. Goes forward for Belpost Hill. Gomez knocked his player off the ball. Bends over, picks it up. Handballs to Sakita. He's kicked round centre wing where it picked up for North Geelong. Their handballs astray. Handball also astray there for Belpost Hill by Griggy. Kick forward for North Geelong. Yateman sliding into the mark. Half forward flank. North Geelong seem to be playing a little bit better at the moment. Yateman's kick round in towards a pocket. The mark not taken there for them by Gatfield. Over the line it goes, or close to the boundary line. The umpire's going to call for it, and we'll have a ball up.
going to be the order for the day, I think, today, Barry. Is probably the side that's working into the wind is probably, I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals kicked at either end of the ground per quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if the team that's working into the wind probably matches the side that's kicking with it, because you tend to work a little bit harder. You probably stick to the basics a little bit more. You've got to run the ball a bit more. The fellas up the ground have got to lead into a bit more space rather than relying on the big long kick.
It looks like the blood rule too, as we see a North Geelong player heading over here towards the boundary line. I can pick the player up coming on as Julian. The player going off, number 33, is Bretovic. This rule, Dewey, now you're a player. Don't you think that if a player is coming off with the blood rule, the player on the boundary line should be allowed to come straight on and you change on the ground instead of holding play up like it's being held up? Yeah,
definitely. I think that's probably the biggest argument that probably a lot of the cases. It's very, very frustrating from a coach's point of view, especially if you've got a bit of a run on. And the umpire, if the bloke, especially if he's in a foot condition and he has to get off the ground slowly because he can't get off quickly. I mean, if he's taking a heavy knock, you've got to wait until the player comes out. The umpires control the game. He can't start the game anyway. The game can't start till he blows his whistle. So while one bloke's making his way off, the other one should be actually in that spot. Yeah. So as soon as the other bloke's off the ground, the play should recommence.
Right, Messick from the throw-in gets a quick kick forward, but Giles gets a kicked out for bell post still out towards the half-back flank. Socket off the ground, further down towards the centre wing. Here's a chance now. Socket further forward for them there by Griggy. He had time to bend over and pick it up, but he didn't do that. Handball out to Horton. Is it Horton now bursts his way through, changes direction. Good play now. Here's a chance for Belpo still to pick this ball up and go forward. It's picked up for him and kicked forward there by Stevenson. Down towards half forward. Gomez again. Good hands to his teammate. Gets a quick kick out here towards his centre wing. Oh, yes, I was going to say that the player there in Stevenson went for the man instead of the ball. And the free kick will be given to Julian. Bad play there by the Belpost player on centre wing. Julian's kick down to half forward. Chipping in and taking the mark. Messick playing a good game for the North Geelong side here. Plays on quickly. Down towards the forward pocket. Out they come. Up the ball something away from the big fella there in Joswy. Off the ground, going in strong there is Gatfield, is it? For the Belpost side. And the free kick will be paid to the number 34, is it? And that is Verschuren, is it, Scotty?
I wasn't watching, I'm sorry, Barry.
That's why I asked you.
Penning a few notes.
Right, the kick down towards the centre wing. Messick on the run, takes the mark, plays on quickly, kicks. It's swinging back, and there's a good goal to the North Geelong side. Off the boot of Messick, the big fella playing on the ball today and playing quite well. Took the mark half forward, played on quickly. The wind brought the ball back, and a good goal and a very vital goal for the North Geelong side, kicked into the breeze.
Yeah, he made the play sort of probably 20-30 seconds prior to that. The ball came back down. He gave a second, third effort. He didn't get rid of the ball and then forget about the next play. He got himself involved again, and he's been rewarded with an excellent goal. And probably, I would say, a bit of a team-lifting goal for the North Geelong side, who are probably got the momentum in this quarter. Right,
Messick again gets a ball out to half forward. It was socked off ground by Stanley. Picked up by Yateman. A kick out here. Oh, here's another chance. Coming off half back for Belpo still there with Stevenson. He's kicked down half forward, diving in there. It comes out now. North Geelong first in the van. Picked the ball up. Oh, high tackle. Play on the umpire says Sakita gets it. He can't do anything with it. Chance here for Matchevek for the Belpost hillside. They're on the ground now. The umpire surely's got to come in and pick this ball up and pull it up. And also in there fighting hard for the North Geelong side was Dalziel. Umpire with the ball now. Up it goes. Sakita goes up, thumps the ball away, tap further forward there for Belpo still, socket off the ground for them there by Illick, is it? Picked up and kicked forward there by Kelly. He's kicked, but it's thumped back by the North Geelong defence. Here's a chance for Belpo still. Going in hard there was North Geelong playing the ball ahead of him, and I think should get a free kick. Is a Belpo still player, and that is Stevenson.
Yeah, well played there, Barry. I think he was the only player that was really committed to try and be the playmaker. I think he had a lot of North Geelong players that were trying to bump him off the ball rather than try and get themselves underneath the pack. And as a result, and for the umpires giving out the right decision, and that's well worked by Stevenson. And hopefully that can instill a bit of his side to carry on with his hard work.
Right, Burns gets the ball out to the centre wing. It's all Belpo still here. Martin on the ground gets a thump forward, chipping it off there for North Geelong is Britovic. He kicks in, but Messick takes the mark in the centre. We've got a bit of how to do behind the game. Ball's gone across the other side. No one over there. Racing for the ball for North Geelong is the number 37, Guernsey and Joswick. Yeah, well done. Picks it up, beats three of them. Unfortunately, slips over at the last minute. Grabs a player by the leg. The umpire says play on. Picked up and kicked forward over there for North Geelong, but I think it's gone over the line on the full, and the free kick half-back flank will be taken for Belpost Hill. And
just give him one over there.
It's on the far side, and it looks like the umpire's moved in very quickly and given a free kick to the North Geelong side. And Stewie, if you had your eyes on it, if he's given a free kick, why hasn't he taken further action?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the first of about 8 that they've actually picked up today. I mean, they've got to be a little bit careful. I mean, this is a grand final. Players are going to be riding on a bit of emotion, and if a side starts to skip away a little bit, it's very disappointing for the side that's behind, and you do tend to get a bit disencouraged and probably take the second most important action, and that is to probably give one behind the back of the ear rather than concentrate on the ball.
Right, Dawson's taking the mark in the back pocket for the Belpost Hill side. Kicks towards the centre. Elliott gets it on. Well done. Oh, they could have taken the ball there on the chest, and running through was a Belpost player, Stevenson. He elected to try and tap it on. There it comes out the back now. Kick round the corner, and a free kick has been picked out, and the free kick will go to North Geelong, and it looks like Burns picking himself up here on centre wing. Burns now drives North Geelong into attack, kicks the ball towards the boundary line. Over the back of the pack it goes. A chance here. North Geelong gets it hand out to Stanley. Stanley kicks it off the ground, gains about 10 metres, goes for Yateman. Good handball out wide, looking for his teammate, running onto it there in Cotter, but close to the boundary line, and over it goes, and we'll have a throw in. And I thought North Geelong player there in Byzantine could have got in there and Cotter out a little bit.
Yeah, he tended to staggle behind him, was probably more out of hope that Cotter was going to do it on his own rather than forcing the issue up there and making it a 2-on-1 contest.
Right, as we see the ball come out now and ridden into the ground as ball flies free, over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in. Boundary umpire in it, throws the ball in, comes down, kick forward for North Geelong there by Byzantine, but it's a repel for, and I think that's on full too. Off the boot there of Swinness. He tried to protect the ball, but it hit him, and over the line it goes on the full, and the free kick centre wing taken by Kelly. Kelly's kick down towards half forward, through the arms of the North Geelong player, throws it out of bounds, and the umpire will be forced to throw it in.
I think Scap was trying to con the umpire there on the boundary line here. He ran backwards to say, is that my kick? But the umpire, he had nothing off the boundary umpire.
Hang on, second umpire's come forward, and blood rule. I wonder what he was calling to the other umpire for. Coming off the ground for the North Geelong side is Byzantine, and a
few players a little bit confused, I think, as probably as well as some of the crowd, but the umpires have got it under control. And
1 on, 2 off. Who was the other one that went off? Stewie?
Didn't catch that.
Oh, whether Julian went off, he thought he was being dragged, but he's come back on. The umpire now, boundary umpire with the ball, throws the ball in hard and high. Up they go. Burns gets a tap down. Stanley taps it forward of field. Oh, well done there for Belpost Hill by Matchevek. But unfortunately, he tried to get a handball out, smothered, and the umpire's going to come in and ball it up again.
Yeah, it was good hard work there by Matchevek. He was very committed to the ball. Once again, it just seems to be that the Belpost Hill blokes seem to be the ones that are the playmakers, and I think North Geelong, just at this stage when they probably had a bit of a run on the first 5 or 10 minutes, seem to be waiting for Belpost Hill's mistakes.
Right now, first to the ball, crunch. The only one going for the ball again. He's got one fair in the bread basket is Casina, and he'll take a kick from the centre of the ground. Now, Casina, nothing, no option. Got to kick the ball down towards the half-forward line. Up they fly, double-fisted out. Comes to Kelly. Kelly caught with it, gets a handball forward. Picked up and kicked forward for Belpost Hill by Kozik. Kozik towards the half-forward line. Tapped across the line. Good defensive play there for North Geelong, and that was Delzil. Gets it over the line on the 50-metre mark.
Good experience play there, Barry. From the time that he was leading the back there, it was always going to go out of bounds, and he played it very well. Didn't take any chances, and he gives himself at least a 50-50 chance now, where if he had gathered the ball, he had 4 or 5 Panther blokes bearing down on him. Yeah,
here we see Julian going off now for North Geelong, coming onto the ground again as Byzantine. He's had the blood all cleaned up. The umpire throws the ball up high. Tap forward there by Casino. Comes out now. A quick kick forward for Belpost still behind the letter. Goes down, but it coming across. It's Hines. Kicks it across to Swinnerson. Swinnerson's kick smothered. Right in the bread basket there. The Belpost still player. He's up and running, brushing the trainer and his teammate away. Kelly, is it? And we'll have a throw in. Probably 25 metres around from the Belpost still goal.
I was going to say well smothered, but I don't think he had a choice in that.
No, he didn't. Oh, here's a chance for Belpost still. A quick kick, and it's gone through for them off the boot of Havey, and that is a goal that was badly needed by the Belpost still side. They've struggled this quarter. I feel that North Geelong have defended well, including they kicked a goal also, North Geelong, and it looked as though North Geelong had the metal on Belpost still, but that goal has come against the flow of play off the boot of Havey.
Yeah, I think you just stuck to the basics still. I mean, probably one thing I'd understand in reserve football, the players out there aren't as skillful as the senior players. You've just got to stick back to the basics. You can't be trying to do the flashy thing. And Belpost still just played from in front in about the last 5 or 10 minutes. And where I thought that North Geelong might have been able to probably take the contest by the scruff of the neck and perhaps kick 2 or 3 goals away, Belpost still have gone back to that basic thing and putting themselves in front, first to the ball. And they've been rewarded with a very important goal.
Jones gets a tap out for Belpost. Still is a chance now. Going across there as Griggy gets the ball across towards centre wing. Going in nicely with Stanley, though, for the North Geelong side. Oh, kicking in danger there over on the far side of the ground as the ball goes across the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. That might be why Ronnie's left us, Stewie.
Perhaps it's a bit wet up here.
Emergency zone.
Yeah.
Going where? The runner.
We've got the emergency umpire out on the ground.
Yes, after the runner. Right forward they go, Belpost Hill, but it's chopped off here for North Geelong, closer to the boundary line, socket off the ground there by Jovanovic. Over the line it goes on the full, and the free kick to be taken on the far side of the ground for Belpost Hill. And we've been playing, if Ron's clock is right, about 22 minutes. A kick forward and in front, taking a good mark there is Casino. Casino now comes across the ground looking for Giles. Oh, he waited for it to come. Cop one in the back from North Geelong. Picked up by Stanley. His kick forward has found his teammate in Jovanovic. Should play on quickly. Too slow again for mine. Kicks the ball forward, but the mark taken down there. Good handball across where we see Bretovic. Kicked the ball. Oh, good mark, Yateman. No, dropped it at the last moment. Over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in.
It's a good play there by this team to get the handball out, but I just think the play probably just got to slow it down a little bit. The conditions aren't suitable for the quick play-on-play. I agree with Barry's comments that the player should have got back a lot quicker to move the ball on. It was only that the Belpost still backman stepped over that gave North Geelong the chance. But I think possibly the run past handball to try and move the ball quickly in that time, it's probably got to be a little bit out today. And once again, just to kick the ball long, put it up into the square, and hope that you're able to do the job if it hits the ground.
Martin got the hit out from the ruck. A scramble play over there. Comes out Stanley waiting at the side of the pack for it to flip out to him, but it hasn't come out. The umpire's going to move in and ball it up. She's going to be a struggle, I think. Second half, what we scored 2 goals, 2 apiece here in the first half, which is nearly over. Up they go. Tap forward by Messock, but it's defended well for Belpost Hill. Swennerson used his body well on centre wing. Over the back of the pack goes. Oh, a good flip, or a crow's throw, as the saying is, by Swennerson to his teammate there. Couldn't take advantage of it. Hines tried to get it out to Burns. Over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in centre wing.
Should that be a crow's throw or a Maggie throw?
Well, I should have said Maggie throw, but then they're quite alike, aren't they? As the boundary umpire brings the ball back into play, scramble over there, central umpire will move in and ball it up.
That's one of those skillful players that are on the reserve side. Scap Twenson, I mean, it was if it had came off, it would have been a brilliant piece of play.
It would have. Right, tap forward here for North Geelong. Stanley tries to tuck it off the ground, but the water beats him over on that far side of the ground. It's like water polo at the moment. The umpire's picked a free kick out. Oh, they're a bit tough, Stewie, aren't they?
Probably a bit tough, Barry, but it probably just back to those basic principles. Get yourself in. The umpires don't want to be balling up all day, so they're probably going to be picking out something that normally on a dry day they possibly wouldn't pick out.
Right, Stanley took that free kick and it socked further afield for the North Geelong side. In defence, picking it up over there. Stevenson played quite well in this quarter. His kick tag is intercepted and kick forward for North Geelong, and Messick again taking the overhead mark. Plays on quickly here. Oh, kicked into the man on the mark, unfortunately. It's kicked back towards the centre of the ground. Over the back of the pack, it comes being held. A bell post still play against Winterson that time. Was it Burns? And the free kick to be taken for bell post still centre of the ground. Comes in now. Kicks down towards the half forward. Up they fly. Sakita thumps it forward. Grabbed here by Kozik. He couldn't do anything with it. He's back in the game. Picks it up. Gets a quick kick out. It's North Geelong in defence. Here's a chance for Horton to run onto it. Good defensive play. Gets it out to Sakita. Sakita now took his time. Gets a kick out looking for his teammate there in Dalziel. Go close to the boundary line. Sakita's in there again. There's a free kick to be picked out, and I think it'll go to Sakita, and he'll relieve for the North Geelong side. Yeah,
it was good play there by North. Good work by Glenn Milne, who's obviously playing a loose man in the back line, and he's probably staying about a kick and a quarter behind. If the ball does just fall in front of him, he's back that little bit further so he can judge the skid a little bit better.
Right, the ball skids through. Good pick up here by Byzantine. Gets a kick down. Messick runs onto it. It's over. Picks it up. Dodges one. Gets a quick kick forward. 2-on-1. Here's a chance for the North Geelong side. It's bottled up. Yateman's in there. It's flipped out to Stanley. Stanley now has a quick kick towards a goal. Skidding down there. It's going the wrong way. Skids around on a 45-degree angle and over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in about 5-10 metres around from the point post.
Probably another one of them scenarios there. He had Cotter that he probably could have given to, but you know, he's a young bloke. He probably made the right decision, I think, in the long run to kick the ball rather than have much of a possession game, because they always the chance of dropping the ball.
Right from the ruck, we see him come back out the half flank, picked up here and dropped, and when he was caught, there was Joswy. It's at centre half forward to handball out. Oh, pushed in the back. Joswy made sure he had that free kick, and the free kick to be taken, and 50 metres to be taken for Bell Post Hill, and it'll be taken by, is this Illick, is it?
Could be a bit of a look like Illick and Matchkovic sort of look like.
Might be Matchkovic.
They are twins, I think. They look very much like it.
Right, at any rate, from the centre of the ground, now kicks the ball low towards the half-forward line. Swenison gets the ball with a handball out. Oh, good play in there, flips the ball out for Bell Post Hill. Swenison throwing his weight around there. Bell Post Hill going forward, being pushed into the ground. No free kick. Goes through the hands of the defender there for North Geelong. In Milne, gets a kick out towards half-back flank. Horton's over there. Over the ball is Burns. He's still over the ball for Mine. Being held. The umpire's letting it go. What are you going to do? Throw it in.
It's been a good contest today, Burns and Houghton. They've both been getting bits of the ball for their teammates, and they've both been working very hard defensively as well.
Boundary umpire with the ball. Side 50, throws in and up they go. Tapped down here, picked up and kicked forward for North Geelong side. Gains about 10 metres before Yateman can get over the line it goes, and we'll have another throw in. Siren sounds for the end of the second quarter here at Apco Easy Shops quarter, and the game's all tied up at half time. 2 goals to each, 14 points, Bell Post Hill and North Geelong, and goalkeepers Horton for Bell Post Hill and Havey for North Geelong, Joswick and Messick. Did you think the second quarter quickly, Stewie?
Well, you know, it's probably contrasting of probably 2 10-12 minute halves each there. But North Geelong probably dominated the first 10-15 minutes of that quarter. Belpo still have got back into the game again, although it was only a goal sort of difference there. A goal is going to be very handy on a day like today with the conditions, and Belpo still, as I said a little bit earlier, just went back to the basics, just got themselves in front. The umpire is paying the free kicks when they are there, and possibly paying a few free kicks that aren't, because they don't want to see the ball stagnating for too long. Thought Messick for North Geelong, number 6, he'd probably been they're one of their better players. They give him something to kick to, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, he had 2 or 3 efforts at the ball. He didn't, once the ball was out of his area, he didn't concede that he wasn't going to be involved, and he butted up and got a good goal. Gomez around the ground has also been an important player. Vicentine's been doing a bit of hard work. Jovanovic has been there all the time, and Sakita I thought also has been quite impressive. While for Belpo still been pretty impressed with Robbie Stevenson. off a half back flank, number 45. He had a very good quarter, and he was very committed to the ball. Mickey Matchkovic, he's done a couple of hard things, and he has learnt work that he has done. Mileto also, and I thought Houghton has also has been fairly good for Belfast still.
Right, we'll take a break here from the Thompson Reserve this afternoon, half-time of the second 18 grand final, Geelong District Football League, where we see the Apico Easy Shop scoreboard, 2 goals, 2 apiece.